Alright, welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic. We finished up Kashyyyk, and we are halfway through the sort of middle act. Long time with Zalbar. He now has a special sword. Good for you. Alright, so last time I did think maybe that I would spend this session just talking to characters on board the ship. But I've kind of reconsidered that. That might not really be the best idea. In case it matters to other people watching, I don't know. So I'm just going to talk to a few of these characters. And then we're going to move on to the next location. Zalbar. Tell me more about yourself. Sorry, we can't say that. It's different. Why is it just a sword? That's good. Okay. Naturally, this is pretty simple. Also, want to talk to Jildy.
Got something on your mind, dude? Oh, I know plenty about Kashyyyk. You think someone doesn't live here for 20 years and pick up a thing or two? Chances are, by the time I finish telling you about it all, you would have found out for yourself. So there's no reason for me to start blathering on. It should be enough for me to tell you that there's kilometer after kilometer of trees on this planet. The deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets. If you're smart, you stay on top with the Wookiees. You go deep, however, and you may find some things you weren't expecting. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going.
Okay.
Oh, I get it. Let's play with the old man's head, is it? He's half senile. He'll forget I said anything. Wait, well, what was this about anyway?
Okay, I guess I can't get him to talk about his past right now. I mean, technically he hasn't been around for very long. It's okay. Alright, what about mission?
Hey there, what can I do for you?
That's about your brother.
I was a little snappish when we last talked. I'm sorry about that. I get a little touchy when it comes to Griff. It's kind of embarrassing telling people about him.
Griff? Like... Grift?
No, I want to tell you. Zalbar's a great listener, but it might be nice to talk about this with someone who doesn't reply in growls and grunts. I never knew my parents. My brother always looked out for me. He's the one who brought me here to Tars. I was just a kid, only 5. But I remember the trip, if you could call it that. We were stuffed inside a packing crate in a starfreighter's cargo hold with just enough food and water to make the trip. Not exactly first class, you know? I don't know the whole story. I was pretty young, but my brother owed a lot of money. Might even have been a few arrest warrants out for him, I don't know. The only way to get off the planet was to smuggle ourselves out. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we were criminals. Well, maybe my brother was. See, this is why I don't like to talk about it. It makes Griff sound worse than he really was. My brother had his problems, but he always looked out for me.
He's family.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Without my brother, I don't know where I'd be. He gambled and drank, and he was always borrowing money for his latest get-rich-quick scheme. But he had a good heart, you know? He taught me how to survive, showed me how to slice into a computer security system, how to get inside a locked building without the entrance codes, and how to spot a wealthy mark for a quick shell game.
Well,
Yeah,
Andy,
Griff did right by me. I
especially
really
where
miss
you
him
were.
since he left. I keep hoping he'll come back someday. He promised me he would. He fell in with a bad crowd. It's all Lena's fault. She's the one who took him from me. Just batted those long lashes at him and off he went. I don't want to talk about Griff and Lena. Just the thought of that space tramp makes my blood boil. Subject's closed as far as I'm concerned. If I'm gonna be any help to you, I can't be worrying about my brother running off with some intergalactic skank. So is there something else you need?
That's alright.
Okay.
Alright. Bit more backstory for mission. Next. No, I don't think anyone's over here anyway. Yeah. It's just an empty room this whole game. Talk to Giovanni.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
Okay, let me talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Did you
How
become a
I
Jedi?
came to be a Jedi? I am sure you would not find it very interesting. Are you sure you would like to hear? Well, it goes back a number of years. Back on my homeworld, we did not see Jedi very often, especially where I lived.
Okay. KotOR.
It was not the homeworld of the KotOR that I lived on. My parents had long fled from that place, and perhaps that is a story for another time. Rather, it was a human hive world that I was raised on, the hind end of space, a pit of a world, to be sure, where Jedi rarely tread. But we had heard of them. Well, everyone had, so that is not to be unexpected. Champions of truth, defenders of justice, heroes of the Republic. It was very easy for a child to be enthralled by their image, their mystique. Maybe I was one of those children. Yes, yes I did. When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything my imagination had created them to be. I was awed, and maybe a little enamored.
So,
From that moment on, I knew that I would have to try to become a Jedi. To lift myself out of the rut I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference as the Jedi wore. The foolish delusions of a child. But this child made it happen. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them and was accepted. I had been living my dream on Dantooine for several years before you came, although perhaps I was not entirely ready for it, or not completely suited to the task. Otherwise, I would not have fallen. But thanks to you, I have been redeemed. Perhaps I may yet live to see that dream of mine come true. Come, there is much we should do. Let us not waste time talking. Action is what is needed.
okay. I learned more about her, so I can. Quit that. So our these missions I really. Did she not keep it? No, she did. Okay. Alright. A few characters to talk to. Now it's a nice location. I want to go to. Don't stop and check Yavin again. Yeah. So, I feel like they're supposed to be. Goodbye, Kashyyyk.
Calo Nord is dead, Lord Malik. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Calo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malik?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend.
A little bit of depth out of Malik. And a little lack of depth out of Bandon.
Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
Okay, so we've got someone else after us. Already seen this. Let's take 2 Jedi. So both
I'm here.
level. Yep. Wisdom. Simple. First immediate paralysis, that's good. And master still losing, or do I need to take something else? Okay. Where does she need other melee ability? Let's do that. Healing. Good. Always need to have healing. Honey. Forward. Doesn't have as many powers available. Let's do Stunderoid. Radiance. Charisma. Even that up. New. Let's work on the lightsaber focus. Healing again, always have to have it. That's it for now. Let's go see if our merchant has anything new.
Patsnimo, Chi Itakanki, Channa Kilikon, Inba Muli Radwanaji.
Issue with the exchange?
Achua Penki, Yun Patisa, Tichuba Jikotka Naga. Kang Mamaji, human acting Ikatune. Chon muli ratong paakat
Asked you again, very politely.
Hava yun patisa chiwak aita kang ki jiyokaku Tong hitwama ag iinko tune Potong hiwama ki mulira kun ki chiwa aita kang ki cha na jupornibo
Okay. I'll still shows me some extra stuff. Not that I can afford any. It's really good stuff. Environmental Bastion Armor. Immunity to cold fire and sonic damage. Upgradable and decent bonuses. See. Heavy exoskeleton. Which is should be very much for anyone who's like heavy melee, but I don't have anyone heavy melee except Zalbar, who can't wear the armor. This is interesting though. Paragon Assault Blade. Normal damage, then full set of physical damage, of energy damage, jeez. And upgradable. Assault Gun 3 to 20 has a massive range. Ion X. Ion and physical damage. Attack modifier plus 3 and upgradable. And stabilizers. Common implants. Focus and proficiency with all weapon types except. No, and specialization with all weapons except lightsabers. That's. Plus 10, dexterity plus 2. Medium might affect and poison. Deposit heavy plating for droids. Defense bonus 13. Nuts. The flamethrower. Uses unlimited. My goodness. There's 3,000. Okay. Got the scene. Still need to save money. I don't know if I'll be able to actually afford much of anything here without sacrificing not being able to buy anything else for a long time. Without actually stopping grinding money, which would be untapped money. I think by this point it's pretty clear I'm not going for 100% to 100% anything, but we're gonna be fine. Okay. Now, here I think I need to do something a little different. Because there are a couple things I do want to try and do. And there will be a reason for it. We'll find out later on. I'm going to go to Manaan for a bit, but I'm not going to do all of Manaan before I move on to the next planet. Okay. No dream.
Another vision. The Force is guiding us, helping us retrace the steps of Malak and his old master, leading us ever closer to the Star Forge. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manaan is covered by nothing but vast oceans. It is possible. The melting of polar caps or a cataclysmic earthquake could have buried the land beneath the waves eons ago. Records from that time are incomplete. The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native
last star map we
Selkath.
found was
How
supposedly
could Revan and
ancient.
Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Alright. And I think I'm still going to try and go for a bit with Juhani and Baslan. See how that goes. Hold up. Oh. Okay. So I'll go in. I'll find some other place to upgrade those lightsabers later. Because Manaan starts off, you need to, there's a lot of walking around and finding stuff. It takes a bit before any fighting starts.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the galactic senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
You're all right.
No, really. I should apologize. I should try to control myself, as you Jedi do. Is there anything I can help you with? Well, of course, I'm always willing to help.
Why are they
Well,
here?
for the KotOR, of course. Really, that's the only reason anyone would want to be here. It's the only reason the Selkath built Ahto City in the first place, to explore KotOR. The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling KotOR to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of KotOR on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require?
Tell me about KotOR.
You're joking, right? I'm sorry, but everyone knows what KotOR is. It's the most powerful healing agent in the galaxy. I would have died several times myself if we didn't have this stuff handy. But the reason it's important here is that KotOR is only found naturally on Manaan, and all of our attempts to synthesize it have failed miserably. So, we sit here on the surface, the Selkath harvesting what KotOR bubbles up from the bottom of the ocean, and we buy it from them. Well, us and the Sith, of course. The Selkath don't want to play favorites.
Why haven't
The
they joined
Selkath think that
Republic?
by staying neutral, they can play...
Oh.
Well, that. But I think that... Is there anything...
Okay.
Of course.
All right.
If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
Just dead end. Merchant. Okay. Selkath voice, which is going. I think it's the think it's the worst, but it's pretty close. Okay. Medkits, parts, grenades, and drugs. Okay. Some species. I don't really have anything. I know he's not going to be interested in Giska. Okay, I think. Is there a reason to go down there? Let's see, go to private hangar, the Sith hangar, which obviously they're not going to let me in. Okay. It's a nice enough looking place. Sock? You want sure. It was 200. I still like that. Sounds like it's good. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, -6, okay. Come on. Okay. Down 2 cards each. That was sheer luck, but I just had at least a little bit of it. Yeah, 19. Well, it's gonna happen. Gotta get through customs. Tell me the rules. Only 2. Okay. It's hard to neutral if the Sith are like the obvious aggressors. Okay. Okay, so it is less than the other plants, but I do have to pay it again if I come back. It's only 100 though, which is pretty easy to deal with now. Alright, here we go. More silver. And just pure ocean. Give me okay. I think I need to stay out of there. Probably the wrong way, but that's okay.
I was told that you're a friend of Jolie Bindo, and that Jolie has returned to the sector. Please, I must speak to him. It's very urgent.
Sorry?
My name is Alora. My husband, Sunry, and Jolie are old friends. Now Sunry needs Jolie's help. Please, I beg you to bring...
Okay, so I'll just come back here with Jolie. Looks important. I should probably stay out of that. I think that's actually... yeah, that's cool. I should just walk in there.
So, do we have a deal?
That's an awful lot of money. Is there something you're not telling me?
Don't be so suspicious. The Republic is generous. We pay our mercenaries well.
Makes sense, I guess. All right, I'm in. When do I start?
Just show up at the Republic Embassy tomorrow and speak to our representative there. I'm sure he'll have some task he wants you to start on right away.
Okay.
Do you mind? I'm in the middle of a Republic recruiting drive right now. I need to hire these mercenaries before they sign up with the Sith. In case you hadn't noticed, there's a war on. If we don't hire these mercs, the Sith will. Now, excuse me. I have to...
Well, that's fair enough. God, dang it. It's nice, yeah. Okay. Why do that? Okay, so let's recognize that.
I doubt the Republic would be involved in anything illegal. Still, if this Selkath has concerns, we could look into it for him.
Okay, I'll check. Okay, he just wants to make sure that just wants to make sure it's not something that shouldn't be, I guess is the question. Oh. Yeah, have a problem with Sith. Okay. Got her vanishing. Daughter's disappeared. Just pretty sure the Sith are up to something. No, you know what? They probably are. I'll look to
We might have a position within the Sith organization for one such as you.
Your offer is pretty good, but I've heard some nasty things about you, Sith. Is it true you bombed Taris into dust?
This is war. In war, certain distasteful acts cannot be avoided. But ask yourself this, when we win the war, would you rather be against the Sith or with us?
You make a good point. And I've never turned down a job that pays up front.
Excellent. Report to the Sith Embassy tomorrow for your assignment.
Can I talk to him?
You hiring for the Republic or the Sith? Then why are you wasting my time? There's big money to be made here. I can't risk missing a job offer because I'm yapping with you.
Well... Okay. Let's keep moving. Steam. Let's go the other way. That's odd. You see that? That's odd. Oh. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Your precious Republic's days are numbered. It won't be long until Malak turns his armada loose on Coruscant itself.
Save your empty threats, Sith scum. Malak isn't stupid enough to attack the core worlds, now with the entire Republic fleet waiting for him.
You're a fool. When the Sith descend on Coruscant, our numbers will block out the sun itself. The galactic senators will collapse trembling in fear and beg for mercy at Malak's feet.
You underestimate the Republic's resolve. We'll die before we surrender Coruscant.
That can be arranged. Remember what happened to Taris. Malak could do the same to the core worlds.
He wouldn't dare.
Now it is you who underestimate our resolve.
That's what we need to see. I think that would just be the way out. So check these other doors first. Here's the Republic Embassy. Yeah. Hello.
Welcome to Manaan.
You're right
I'm
up
Roland
front.
Wan. As the official representative of the Republic Embassy on this planet, I'm here to help all citizens of the Republic should they require aid.
From Council.
Oh, of course. Of course I'll do whatever I can. But I'm only a simple diplomatic representative of the Republic. I doubt I can be of any use to the Jedi Council. An ancient and forgotten race. And you think it may be here on Manaan? Well, perhaps. But if you want to get information about that, you'll have to do something for me first. We were using a submersible reconnaissance droid in the ocean surrounding Otto City, and it was damaged. It took a data recording of the outside of the city before being driven off by the Phyraxan sharks. But while it was returning to the surface, it encountered difficulties and was disabled. Its automatic systems floated it to the surface, but we could not retrieve it in time. The Sith were applying subtle pressure to the Selkath authorities for some reason we've not determined, and were able to delay us long enough that they could retrieve the droid before we did. The droid's data centers are heavily encrypted, so it will take the Sith several days, we believe, to get to its data. It was captured 12 hours ago. It is imperative that we get it back.
Okay.
It's heavily guarded, we're sure, in the Sith embassy here on Manaan. Since we have no remaining soldiers to spare, and certainly not our elite ones, we have no one capable of entering the Sith base and retrieving it. That is what we would ask you to do. There are several leads we've been working on to get into the Sith base. Any of them should work for you, although it might be wise to concentrate your efforts on just one. The first method that's possible is to help us interrogate a Sith prisoner we managed to catch after he tried to infiltrate our base. He's being held just inside our enclave. We think he may be able to give us the passcode that the Sith give their informers to enter the base. He has proved most resilient so far. We managed to pick up a crate of blank Sith data cards, the type they use for passcards. The encryption system to unlock them is very difficult, however. But if you are more skilled than our technicians, you may be able to gain access that way. The Sith have got the Selkath to give them exclusive use of one of the main hangar bays. Visiting Sith Masters use this bay to land, then take a speeder over the water to an external entrance to the Sith Enclave. The luckless spy we mentioned earlier had a pass card to that hangar on him. While it is surely well guarded, it may prove to be the most direct route. Here's the card. The Sith base itself is very heavily guarded. If they became aware of your presence, I fear you would be quickly outnumbered and killed. Here is a pass card to get you inside our facility. You should find all you need to get started in there. You can choose whichever of the methods you want, as long as you get in the base and get the data recording back. Which method do you think you would like to try first?
I think decryption.
Good choice. We've been working at that for a while, but it's been too difficult so far. Maybe you'll have better luck. I wish you luck in your task. Should you retrieve the data recording from the droid, return it here to me, and we can see about getting you that information.
Okay. This very quickly gives me the main mission for this, through this planet.
I can't talk now. I've got to get this KotOR loaded up before my shift is over.
So you're the one who's gonna try to get into the Sith base, eh? Huh, good luck, you're gonna need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of pass cards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet. We have been able to decode the numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns.
Okay.
The strings of numbers that end the code sequences. If we could complete those strings, we would have the key to their encryption system. The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. The holes we're missing are the final number in each of the strings. Most are simple, but the final 2 matrices seem to be much more difficult. Well, the second last matrix has a pattern looping back on itself, or something. And the last is divided into smaller subparts. Maybe the pattern for that is within each part. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past the first matrix, and I've been at this for hours. I've ruined a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box of them, so you don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Since Roland said you were cleared, you can use the computer freely. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Okay. Okay. Crypt this card. Okay. Wait, what's going on here? It seemed to have a sequence of the previous 2, then add 1. Then it's just the previous 2. That's the previous 2, but 2 less? What? This pattern has changed. And none of these answers would fit, actually. That would be 27. It's going to be 28 or 26, but it's for 24. Matrix. Wait, what? So that's 3. Minus 2. Minus 1. Minus 0. Negative 1. Now negative 2, so 18. Okay. Multiplication. 8. We just keep doubling the last one. This is the exact reverse. Having exponential. Oh no. Hold on. What? Okay, so one is one to the first. 2. What? I don't. There's 9 squared. 8 squared. 5 squared. 32 isn't square. Okay, but we have 9, 8, 5, 3 squared. Logarithmic. Okay. That is a problem. Oh, 8. 332. 528. 128. Okay. So I know this is actually, so it's pairs equals 1. 0 minus 8. 3 minus, okay, so these are just pairs. 0 and 8. 3 and 32. 5 and 128. I genuinely don't know what it's doing. I don't know even what's asking, because it hasn't, like, asked for a... No, there.
So, you're the one Roland has got to help us interrogate this prisoner. I hope your Jedi powers will come in useful. This one has been most resistant. He's a Sith spy we picked up a little while ago, snooping around outside trying to get in. We thought he was suspicious and brought him inside when the Selkath weren't looking. But it seems the Sith have done a pretty good job of conditioning this guy, and we haven't been able to break him yet. The Sith protect their really important spies with some sort of mental force feedback system. They can turn their minds in on themselves, so force compulsions won't affect them. Combine this with conventional training to resist interrogation, and sometimes it takes months to get them to tell what they know. Do you want to interrogate him now? While the training the Sith gave him will protect him from most normal interrogation techniques, and also from force persuasion, we have found a few hooks you might find useful. He was with another man when he was first spotted. We think it was another spy, but we didn't manage to catch him. We also seized some personal documents he had on him when he was captured. It would seem that he's married to a woman named Tila. We checked this in our computers, and it seems to hold up. We've sent a couple of agents to investigate, but it may be a while. Okay, but you should know what we have to work with here first. What we have here is your standard issue truth serum. It should make him spill his guts in no time. But there is a catch. Because of his conditioning, he's able to resist it at small doses. But if you give him too much, his body realizes what you're trying to do and shuts his mind down completely. If you do that, you'll have to inject him with an antidote that neutralizes the truth serum. Unfortunately, that too has a drawback. It causes short-term memory loss. This may work to your advantage because you can try the same tactic over and over again. But if you use it too much, you may forget everything we want to know. Shall we get it started then? Hey, you! Wake up! Someone wants to talk to you.
What do you want? You're not. You lies. You work for the Republic. There's nothing you can do to me, Jedi, that the Sith wouldn't do worse. I'm not afraid of you.
But the Sith will never trust you again, Spy. We're the only place you have left. Tell us what we want to know.
But they wouldn't, would they?
Wait, I can't continue on that? Why wouldn't I continue with that line there if I succeed?
You think me... What? What?
Of course, they would never believe we let you go so easily.
Yes.
But they would all too happily believe you betrayed them.
The Sith are not that easy to fool. We would...
The gutless Sith worm is already starting to crack. We'll have what we need within hours.
Ha! The Sith are... What?
Giving up so soon? I think he could last a bit longer. Come back if you want to...
Okay, so that doesn't seem to actually go anywhere. Which will mean... I guess that means I've got to... I'm just gonna have to go with the other path. Okay. Keep taking a look around here, see what's on the other side. What else is around? We're coming up on an hour, so it will probably be next time. But what's that other room? General store.
How much for all this stuff, Tybark? Thanks, Tybark. Catch you next week.
Okay, someone else who's got an opinion. Oh, that's... I actually didn't know that news would travel. That's actually good to hear. Alright. Pretty normal stuff so far. Off the Needler. 25% chance to stun. Canyon pistol, which I think is actually still takes me lower than the Tri-Stealth thing that mission has. The bolt-out pistol, 25% chance to stun. Let's see if I can battle cannon. 6 to 13. That's actually pretty good because it's such a good low. The minimum damage is high, but not really using blaster rifles unless I take candors, which I feel like I'm probably not going to use candors very much at all. And stun ray, these which I already have. Beam package. Constitution. Sure. Sadly, nothing I think I would actually use right now. Let's go check out the last section of the map. The fully east section.
Hey, this street is for Sith only. You gotta pay a 20 credit toll to walk down this street.
Excuse me?
Hiding behind the Selkath laws. Typical.
Really? It's about as transparent as it gets. You're clearly trying to get me to... You're trying to provoke me. What is this spot? Swoop? Place? What? Soup racers only. Which would be another way to earn money. I might stop and do that at some point. I think everything else is just the Sith Embassy. I think there's a store on the way there, actually. Yeah.
You got any armor plating for my swoop bike? I thought this garbage was free. You actually sell this junk? You fish are a strange breed. Don't worry, junk man. When I want garbage, I'll be back.
Jeez. I'm not here to make fun of you. Use goods, okay. Okay. Droid heavy plating level 3, okay. A lot of droid parts. Focus. Missions probe. Security interface. Peter probe. There's gravity generator. Slowed for 75%. 10 seconds. Wow. Sadly not the kind of stuff I'd be using. But it's not here. This is the Sith base, which I should leave alone. Sorry. What is that bit on the map? Is that just the... Huh. Well, that's where we're going to stop for today. A lot of running around talking, not much action. But I think we'll very much make up for that next time. So, let's find a nice spot here. And this is where we're going to stop for the day. As always, if you've been watching, thank you very much for watching. Let's hear from you. I'm doing right, I'm doing wrong, anything in between, really. And I hope you'll come back next time.